The old city of Boston sleeps under a blanket of March cold, but not all of it. Here, in the heart of the city, stands a library, ancient and forgotten by most. It's 1:02 a.m. on March 5, 2016, and inside, the only light comes from a single desk lamp, casting long, dancing shadows among the towering shelves. This isn't just any library. This is the place where books don't just hold stories, they tell their own. And tonight, they are whispering. I'd heard the rumors, of course. Urban legends whispered by students and thrill-seekers. They said if you dared to enter the Athenaeum after midnight, the library itself would speak to you. It would whisper your name. I brushed it off as folklore, a spooky tale to tell around a campfire. But, as a researcher of architectural oddities, I had to see it for myself. I managed to get special, after-hours access, citing a need to study the pre-war structural designs. The old security guard, a man whose face seemed carved from the same aged wood as the shelves, just grunted and handed me a heavy iron key. "Don't stray from the main hall," he'd warned, his eyes holding a gravity I didn't understand. So here I am, surrounded by the scent of old paper and leather, a scent that usually brings me comfort. But tonight, it's different. It's heavy, suffocating. The silence is the most unsettling part. It's not just quiet. It's a living, breathing silence that feels like it's waiting for something. I run my fingers along the spines of dusty tomes, their titles faded and unreadable in the dim light. I'm starting to feel foolish, chasing a ghost story in the middle of the night. Then, I hear it. So faint, I almost miss it. A breathy, sibilant sound, like leaves skittering across pavement. Asterisk, Thomas. Asterisk, I freeze. My hand hovering over a book on cartography. Thomas. That was the name of a student who vanished from campus a decade ago. The official story was that he ran away. But the campus paper, the one that got buried quickly, mentioned he was last seen heading towards this very library. I shake my head. It's just the wind. The old building must be full of drafts. I try to focus on my notes, sketching the archways and the intricate woodwork of the ceiling. But my focus is shattered. The air grows colder. The whisper comes again, a little clearer this time, seeming to emanate from the aisle to my left. Asterisk Clara. Asterisk, my heart stutters. Clara was a librarian here in the 70s. She retired suddenly, moved away without a word to anyone. Her colleagues said she'd become paranoid, convinced the books were watching her. And then it hits me. The names. These aren't random. These are people connected to this place. People who left. A new sound joins the whispers. A soft, shuffling noise, like fabric dragging across the floor. I spin around, my flashlight beam cutting a frantic path through the darkness. Nothing. Just endless rows of books, standing like silent soldiers. But I know I'm not alone. The feeling of being watched is overwhelming, a physical pressure on the back of my neck. The shadows, once just an absence of light, now seem to have depth. They writhe and stretch in the corners of my vision, coalescing into forms that my mind refuses to process. Asterisk, Jonathan. Asterisk, the whisper is louder now, directly behind me. I can almost feel the cold breath of the word on my skin. I leap to my feet, knocking my chair over with a crash that echoes like a gunshot in the oppressive silence. My flashlight beam shakes wildly, illuminating nothing but the aisle I just came from, but the shadows. They're closer. They're no longer just in the corners. They're pooling at the base of the shelves, thick and inky black, creeping towards me like a slow, inevitable tide. The louder the whisper, the closer the shadows. The urban legend didn't just talk about the names. It warned about what came with them. I need to get out. My research is forgotten, my bravery evaporated. I scramble for my bag, my hands fumbling with the zipper. The key, I need the key. I snatch it from the table and back away, never taking my eyes off the encroaching darkness. I retreat down the main hall, my footsteps echoing my frantic heartbeat. The whispers are coming faster now, a chorus of names I don't recognize, each one pulling the shadows closer and closer to my heels. Asterisk Amelia, Henry Sophia. Asterisk, they overlap, a ghostly symphony of the lost and forgotten. The air is thick with their presence, a multitude of unseen eyes following my every move. I can feel the temperature dropping with every step I take toward the massive oak doors. Freedom is just a few feet away. My hand is on the cold, ornate handle. I'm almost there. The shadows are just inches from my feet, so close I can feel a chilling void where they touch the air. I shove the heavy iron key into the lock. It resists, groaning in protest. My hands are slick with sweat. Come on, I mutter, my voice a desperate plea. With a final, agonizing turn, the lock clicks open. Relief washes over me, so potent it almost brings me to my knees. I throw the door open, ready to bolt into the safety of the sleeping city street. But as I stand on the threshold, one foot in the library and one in the cool night air, a final whisper cuts through the cacophony. It's not like the others. This one is perfectly clear, perfectly crisp. It's not in the room behind me, it's right in my ear, a private, intimate secret. It's a name I know better than any other. It's my own. And I haven't moved. The street outside is empty, the cold air is still. But the whisper didn't come from the shelves. It came from within me. I looked down at my hands. They seemed distant, unfamiliar. The shadows behind me stopped their advance. They don't need to chase me anymore. I slowly turn back to face the ancient, silent library. The whispers have ceased. The air is calm. The heavy oak door swings shut behind me with a deep, final thud, locking me inside. It seems some knowledge doesn't want to be found, and some libraries don't want you to leave. Thank you so much for joining me on this chilling journey tonight. If you enjoy tales of mystery and the unknown, please consider hitting that like button and subscribing to the channel. It helps more than you know. Stay curious, stay safe, and we'll see you in the next story.